long should we start? Greetings, everyone. Yes, I am, of course, Director Arcater, because this is an out-of-character stream, and we're all out of character. This is Request S6E7 Research. We'll be getting to that in a moment. I am, of course, Director, and we have with us the people behind their fascinating characters. It's Midnight.
Hi.
On Midnight.
Hello. Hello. Arr.
Toothless, who looks less than toothless.
Yes. Thank you to Brian Yoder for the Toothless and for the sorry, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Necro Nom Nom Nom.
Is that like a cookbook?
It is a cookbook.
To serve man. We're also joined by the Smoking Rat and Spooky Weebtrash. So
We're here with Arcater by Twilight or Candlelight. Candlelight.
sorry.
What if I don't? What if I didn't want to say anything yet? Don't put that kind of pressure on me.
You just said something.
Interesting.
You have a point.
Yes, I know things are a bit strange. We've had a lighting outage, but I assure you, it is I, Director, as you can see from my totally, extremely plausible and unquestionable science jacket, and this very authentic Archer Labs badge,
I have
which I will take off
question.
now because I don't want to show off my authority.
You
I don't know
look
what
like
he's
you're
doing.
wearing the underwear part of armor.
That is, we're supposed to be out of character. That's a mean slander, and I don't. We respect each other out of character. Yes.
I know, I just thought you were doing some of your usual weird shit. I accept you for that.
Oh, well observed, then.
Yeah.
It just that's a lab coat. Like
Yes, yes, that's what I meant by science jacket. It is, in fact, a lab coat.
Okay.
okay.
Looks like the thing that they put in asylum seekers. So
Okay,
they don't,
okay, boo, you do you.
scratch all over themselves. Probably stop them from shooting all over the walls too. You never know.
I'm not familiar with some sort of novelty science jacket.
I didn't realize he made noise.
Over the course of this perfectly normal, out-of-character stream, I have some questions for, of course, my beloved co-hosts about their extraordinary characters. And I will, of course, answer some about mine. But that in a moment, after all, there may be a fourth, maybe. And I don't want them to feel left out.
I can't believe I
Not
got quizzed
dead.
tonight. I thought this was supposed to be an easy night. You're gonna fucking quiz me?
Yeah, pop quizzes never show up when you want them to.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
There are questions
Acting homework.
that only you know the answer to. I mean, who else would know such things?
Just wanted to hug Toothless and eat trail mix. Now I got homework.
No, take your time. Well, we'll just...
Are you
We shall chill first.
you're gonna ask me questions that only I know the answer to?
That is
This
correct.
That's incredibly mean. I have trouble answering questions that I don't know the answer to better than I do questions I'm supposed to know the answer to. So,
Oh, and finally, this is an out-of-character stream, but if you want to pay me to insult them, I'll do it. Drop it back.
That's mean.
Look, it's simply business.
Still mean.
It's a mean business we're in.
you're a dork.
He said when basement, I just randomly. We already knew that though.
Was I supposed to insult him or no? No, wait, no.
No,
Sorry.
I don't know what's going on.
I
either.
jumped the gun. I'm sorry.
So, like, what information am I supposed to know?
I don't know. He's being an asshole. He's making us remember shit off the top of our heads we haven't probably studied in probably a year. I don't know why this is a topic. We should talk about something fun. When was the last time you guys went to a party? Anything funny happen?
Does Ren Fair count as a party?
Yeah,
As,
it does.
As Arcator, I, of course, am a lonely, sad, shrimpy little man who doesn't go out and no one likes. So, I have never been to a party, probably.
We get it in, so you don't party. So how was your trip with Weebo?
Yeah, I mean, Weebo and a couple other folks went to, even a few other people went to Ren Fair. It was fucking fun. I got a lot of cool fucking shit. I got a stick with a spike on the bottom,
Nice.
tarot cards, and drunk.
Was there like a bunch of mead there?
Yo, they don't sell meat. That was actually disappointing. There was, however, giant turkey legs. Like, big ass turkey.
Ooh.
Dinosaur looking shit.
Nice.
I'm going to go again next year.
I really want to go to forget the name off it at the top of my head because I'm so tired. But it's what is that giant Coliseum event you go to and you bet on your dude to win the jousting? That's what I'm talking about.
Jousting?
Yeah, it's like this big like.
No, like, is it jousting? Is it just joust?
Jousting,
Oh, I
it's-
mean, essentially, well, it's like you have like different teams, like the blue, the red. Quit having the camera.
Oh,
set.
medieval times!
Yes. Quit hogging up the camera arc. We're talking. But
Medieval
yeah,
times.
it's medieval times, and I've never been there before, but everyone says it's super fun, and I always wanted to do it.
Kind of fun. I like Ren Fair better.
I thought you were talking about there used to be a thing called the Medieval Combat League that used to do like actual.
That was like a restaurant. It's like one of those themed
Oh.
restaurants from the early.
Yeah,
the
I
early
know about-
90s. Yeah.
Yeah, I know about medieval times, but I thought maybe she was talking about the Medieval Combat League. That was something I stumbled across on YouTube a few years ago.
So she literally is just talking about jousting.
Yeah, like they actually fight with maces and swords and also and spears and stuff, and they're wearing full armor. It's just blunted weaponry, and they go full contact. It's pretty brutal.
There's actually a place in Chicago that teaches that kind of shit, and I kind of want to do it.
Really? I guess it's a huge city. Probably teaches you just about anything you want to know.
Yeah. Like, how do you want to do your exercise? Pick, because we probably have it.
I want to do CrossFit, Italian dancing mixed with stripping.
Stripping is an option. There's stripper gyms.
Have you seen like the how huge the thighs and upper body strength on like strippers that can actually climb up the fucking poles and do like flips and shit? Like it's
Yeah.
fairly impressive.
Yeah.
I lack the strength and coordination. That shit looks like magic.
Yeah. In a way, I guess. Like I always like whenever like the Olympics happen to be on, which I don't care about sports whatsoever. Always like watching what's it called? The gymnastic people
Mhm.
doing flips and stuff. It's like the most interesting part to me is seeing them do flippies and shit.
Oh yeah, acrobatics is it's incredibly. You have to be good at it. I mean, it takes a lot of skill to be really good at it. So, and some of the stuff I've seen with strippers and like the upper body strength, the leg strength, all that stuff, that's bordering on acrobatics to me anyway. So
I mean,
it's impressive.
They have acrobats that are on a pole at Cirque du Soleil now, so I guess
Oh,
they're
yeah.
kind of legit at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely all applicable to gymnastics in a way. Yeah.
Should we give them some kind of an update? What we like some of our future plans for Sidequests just yet?
Oh, I suppose you could, indeed, reveal your plans.
Well, it's not my plans per se, but we're definitely thinking about like expanding the marketing aspect of it, doing like a best of like videos. Like you guys have seen Let's Players, like they have like a sorry about the sneeze. They have like a best of situation, best of videos, best of themes. And we're thinking about more specifically like the past 43 episodes of Sidequest, just to make it like concurrent. And it'll be more advertising over.
Where are we? I mean, where are we planning on stealing the quality content from?
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
I don't know. Maybe a D&D roleplay fucking channel, something like that.
I guess
that fits thematically.
I mean, like this is kind of like whose line is it anyway, mixed with D&D. So you could, like, in theory, like market to that kind of people, but
yeah.
Oh, you mean the JTRW work? Well, I mean, we're thinking about doing our own thing.
Yeah, we're doing our own too, so it's like both.
Which, I mean, it's fine if he wants to do that, because there's plenty of fan compilations when I cover the Let's Players, and then there's the official upload, so.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you guys... Sorry?
Someone else's compilation would be a good lead on where this quality content supposedly is.
Yeah, like, if you guys have any, like, suggestions of, like, shit we've said.
Yeah, if you have, like, timestamps and suggestions for anything that you thought was fucking funny, DM one of us. Because humor is subjective, so...
Or, like,
what we find funny, you might not have.
Yeah, some of the shit you guys remember that... I don't even remember saying half the time. You guys are like, you said this episode ago. I was like, did I? I don't fucking remember. So, like, it's one of those things where maybe you guys have, like, a sharper memory when it comes to certain things than we do, because doing this gets kind of overwhelming from time to time.
You should ambush them with timestamps.
Do it towards Arcturus, because he'll be the one that's doing more of the compilation. And then Magog will do the final editing.
Yeah.
Think as Arcturus has the secretary.
Kind of. It's either him or Weebo.
I guess.
That's not how I envisioned that character at all.
I imagine Weebo being more like the second in command, like Magog tells her what to do, but then she's also like, okay, this, and this, and this, because she's very organized.
We would deadass be up shit creek without Weebo.
Yeah, she's fairly smart. Like she's the one that basically came up with the whole organization of the Sidequest Discord. And anytime we have plans, she's like the first one that always ends up making a compilation list for us. So our compilation, a thorough list of all the things we need to do. So
I, director, am very tormented by my extreme inadequacy in comparison to my superiorly talented co-hosts.
Yeah, that wasn't weird as fuck.
I'm just freaking out because you mentioned Arcturus as a secretary, and for some reason I pictured him as in a French maid outfit. So it's fucking.
It'd be like something Bill Clinton leaves his stains
violating
all over.
My headcanon.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that anymore, but my brain's not going to let go of that. So.
I kind of wish you hadn't put that in my head either, Rat. Thank you
Thanks for raping this, Rat.
Image.
Well, you know.
At least there's a desk covering half of mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, while Spooky is gone, I will go ahead and inform you both what I intend to do. First off, I thought I'd just, start off with something light, a quick question about how you see your character, your character from your perspective. I think that would be an excellent point to start with, so you can be thinking about a really good answer on that point, and then we'll see if they can keep up.
Yeah.
I'll in fact go first. I, of course, as director, envision Arcturus as being everything I am not. Popular, successful, well-beloved, and just infinitely more competent in every single way, unlike me, weak, ineffectual, morally bound science man.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say right now.
Was that a question?
No, that's just a for example. We do have some super chats already. No one's asking me to insult you, so I guess that's not the plan at present. First off, JTW threw $5 at this to say Arcturus is going to have a heat stroke wearing that thing. Arcturus would have a heat stroke wearing that thing. And just now, James Cawley said, it being Weebo, it's covered in a spreadsheet. To honest, I don't. This Weebo, they're wearing a spreadsheet?
Yeah, Weebo. Weebo Jones.
Wearing a spreadsheet. It's like a bed sheet.
I don't really know what "it's" refers to, but it's probably in a spreadsheet.
I see. People asking what they walked in on. A perfectly normal out-of-character stream.
He's doing something weird again.
Yeah.
Oh, another super chat just came in from GTRW who paid another $5 to say, Arcturus, insult everybody, rated R. Okay, by that they mean Arctur. So, there's no price set for these things. I guess I'll just do it. First off, Dawn Midnight.
What?
Your favorite artist is an inarticulate child drawing with crayons who has no insight whatsoever.
That actually sounds accurate. Have you met artists?
Booyah. Smoking Rat.
Yes.
That show you like is a terrible show with childlike plot lines for the village idiot to focus on while drooling aimlessly.
Why would you say that about Star Trek?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's rude.
it's Star Trek.
I mean,
And
yeah.
Spooky Weebtrash.
Huh?
Your favorite band is a discordant group of amateurs who would be better off beating each other with the instruments than actually trying to play them.
I mean, that's one way of saying 100 Gex is trash, but okay. It's a joke because they don't play instruments; they play DJ.
My favorite
They
artist
play
draws a lot of
themselves?
flowers.
That doesn't sound good.
My favorite artist draws a lot of flowers that look suspiciously like a vagina.
You're talking about that 70s artist, feminist.
Okay, yeah.
My art teacher was a fucking bitch, right? As a lot of art teachers are. Come to find out. Maybe it's just like an Alabama thing. I don't know. But a huge bitch, psychopath. What she got on to me because this was like 2013. I thought sugar skulls were cool. Some people think that they're a cultural appropriation. I still think that they're cool. So I painted like a sugar skull lady, right? And this was after she was like saying to the Mexican girl that she's like, you should bring more culture into our high school. It was full of white kids, right? And because I painted her with a skull face, this fucking psychopath screamed at me for putting scary imagery. Yeah, scary quote-unquote imagery of a skull face.
That is 100% an Alabama thing.
Oh, she's old. I mean, obviously not of color. Very white lady. Doesn't fucking know any wiser. Very stupid.
Wouldn't know a Hispanic person unless they're mowing their lawn.
Unless they're some kind of tan color.
Yeah.
Dark tan color, probably. But, anyway. So, she allowed this other girl paint a pussy picture. A pussy flower. Yeah. My art teacher who got mad at me for painting a skull face on a lady.
Vagina's fine though.
She allowed a girl paint one of, I forget her name off the top of my head, but the artist had draws like flowers that look like vulvas.
I fucking hate our art teachers that have the double standards. Like, oh no, this isn't acceptable, but that's totally okay. Like, you can't draw any anime. That's not real art.
Well, she's just like a stupid old fart. Like with no, like she thought that like her view on bad television is Simpsons and King of the Hill, which out of all adult TV is probably the most innocent.
King of the Hill is a national fucking treasure.
Yeah, and then she also allowed, because this was all what we were painting were the really cheap window ceilings that you can push up, like the little square ones that are made out of styrofoam.
They're in every school. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we get to paint ours. So when we leave, we can like leave our mark, whatever. And one kid actually painted the bears, the marching bears, and she didn't pick up on that.
Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
I fucking hate that lady. She's so stupid. And well, she's so stupid and neurotic that my friend actually delivers to her house. And my friend was in the same like art class as me. Like actually went the same art year. Told that same teacher how she wanted to be an artist, and the teacher gave her an art book. And when she delivered to her house, she didn't even fucking recognize her. Like, it was fucking insane, bitch. Have this like very, what's it called? Adult thing that happened, allowing this her student graduate, become a future artist, and she can't even fucking remember her. She was a bitch from hell. Like,
I guess.
I don't really care for much teachers. I'm sure there's good ones, but I don't think I've ever had one that I only had one, I think, out of my 18 years of school.
The
Or it's like they're cool.
The only one I could think of that was really, really particularly bad was a sex ed teacher I had in middle school that was the reason you should not let evangelicals teach sex ed. Holy shit.
See, that's just normal down here.
She was very, very proud of the fact that she was 50 and still a virgin. That is not
what?
I feel like that's not the person that should be teaching sex ed.
I have no idea how this shit works, but I'm still a virgin. I'm going to teach you how to do it.
Look, if they hit that level, shouldn't they be in a nunnery at that point? Isn't that where we normally stuff the unweddable?
Right? I'm sorry, are you proud of the fact that you're unfuckable?
I had a teacher. So
she had 3 cats?
That high school I went to. Hold on, one moment.
She had 3 cats, and their pictures were on her desk.
Okay, that's.
I mean, I would do the same, probably.
Hiring someone like that to educate others on how to have sex is a bit like, I don't know, hiring an Amish man to explain rocket propulsion.
Yeah, pretty much at that point. Also, when she started divvying us out STDs to research, she drew a mind and decided to sing gonorrhea, and then people would sing it at me in the fucking hallway for 2 weeks. That was fun.
Ugh.
I hated that bitch.
Yeah.
I had a teacher that was, he locked himself in, I think I might have told this on Sidequest stories before because it's so weird. I don't know. He locked himself in, like, the principal's office and admitted that he had a porn addiction. He'd watch it at school. He announced that the entire school. I'm not making that up.
Wait, like through the PA system?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he still had a fucking job. Like, it was so weird.
Attention students, I have a porn addiction. That is all, you know.
Attention
This
students.
is what the Bible Belt does to a motherfucker. It makes them all fucking insane. Like, you can, I don't care what religion you have. I really don't. You may be as spiritual as you want to be. But the Bible Belt, fundamental Christians are fucking insane people. Like, they're all fucking weird. So
I'm not even the Bible Belt, and that lady was still fucking nuts.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're all fucking weird.
Oh, wait, she was Mormon. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Fundies.
Attention students, I just need you all to know that every single fucking day I've been whacking it off in the janitor's closet with my school given fucking laptop. That is all.
Well, what he did was, so I guess he went through a shitty divorce, right? And he also told us the time how he like buried puppies alive, and he almost killed them.
What is
Yeah,
wrong with your teachers?
Okay.
I had,
Wow. What's wrong with your
it wasn't even like the
Wow.
weirdest thing that happened at that school. Like, I'm telling you, Bible Belt mixed with being bored as fuck because you're just like in the middle of the country is like makes people insane. These people are insane.
That went from funny to terrifying really fast. Is it just animals he's burying in the woods, or do he need to be worried about missing people?
He
Oh.
said he did it by
Missing.
accident because his dog gave birth to puppies and I guess they were moving. So I guess he took upon himself to just bury them instead of taking to a vet to figure out what happened to them.
No.
It was weird. It was weird. But he still got his job. He still had tenure. He still had I guess like a union. He kept it. And he was off for a year. But then he came back the next year because that school can't find any teachers that want to work there. I'm still talking. That want to work there because it's the middle of nowhere and people like they probably don't pay very well and these like no one gives a shit about teaching rednecks. No one cares about teaching crazy rednecks.
Oh, there's a question in the chat if anybody here went to a trade school. I unfortunately did not, just public school, and for a hot minute I went to a parochial school.
I went to trade school. I hated it. My friends were like, you should go and join cooking. I was like, no, I'm going to get into makeup because obviously I like makeup, right? They're like, no, makeup's for stupid girls. We're cool girls. We like cooking. I was like, fine. So I did it with my friends. I fucking hate cooking. Like, well, I hate being like forced to cook shit that I don't want to make. Come to find out. So I did not care for it. And then when I tried joining my senior year, like the makeup class or the hairstyle class, whatever, I couldn't join because you can't change your courses your senior year. So lost up. But yeah, I didn't care for trade school. I probably, if I was in hair school, which I thought about doing for like the longest time, I don't know if I would do it. There's something about having to service people and listening to them yammer on about their life that makes me want to kill myself. Because I realized very early on that to be a hairstylist, I'm still talking, all right, calm down. Like, to be a hairstylist, like you have to be not only talented, but more importantly, a therapist for crazy women to like complain at you all day. And I hate that shit. I fucking hate that shit so much. So I realized very quickly I could probably do the artesian part of it, but the socialite part, and that keeps customers coming. I can't do it.
Dead silence while you do hair. Complete.
Yeah, but see, people don't like that though. People like it.
I know.
They like. I mean, I'm talking about generally normies. They like it. They want their hairstylist to be their girlfriend to talk to.
I like my hairstylist because she doesn't speak English. So we can't talk. She does a great job, though.
But yeah,
No, I love her to death. Her name is Maria. She's
I couldn't
fantastic.
do it.
That's called meritocracy.
I don't really care about talking during haircuts just because I have trouble staying awake long enough for them to cut my hair. So
Right.
Old Man Enfield said you could do hair for the dead. You can actually do makeup for the dead, too, because they also won't talk to you. I mean, that's like a serious suggestion. Like, morticians will hire people to do makeup for the cadavers when they can't do it themselves. It's a job.
Where, as director, I, of course, probably got my position through nepotism and probably can't even spell my name correctly. In any case, I do have a Streamlabs as well, who Brian has donated $50 with this request. Arc, compliment everyone, rated R, and don't forget Toothless, or just take this money as encouragement for the entire staff.
Toothless!
yeah.
Very well then. I guess I'll start with you, Rat, since you're on camera presently. you have brought much amiable bewilderment to these episodes. Why? It's not your turn yet. Why?
What?
I didn't
Yeah.
say anything. I don't know
No,
why.
it's being crazy and switching because it wants to. I don't. What was the question?
I'm instructed to compliment everyone. And
Oh, you're complimenting me. I'm sorry. For some reason, I keep thinking you're asking me a question. Sorry.
If I do a terrible job, remember, director shouldn't be tasked with things like this. Clearly, I'm incompetent. Spooky Weebtrash,
Yes.
you bring a very hip and with it view to things that keeps things lively and current.
Makes me feel very old.
I'm old too. I'm 26.
Shut
Weebo's
up!
the youngest.
And
Weebo's the youngest. She's like 22, I think. 23.
People else makes me feel young.
Yeah, me old.
And Thorn Midnight, you should probably say something if you want them to see that.
Hello.
You bring a refreshing charm to the dismal lore of orcish kind through your innovative character and have a nice misnamed dragon. Dat dragon. Yo, dat dragon.
Dragon.
Hopefully this has met with the approval of patron.
Lulu is terrified of this thing.
Oh, really? Oh.
She is fucking terrified. She does not like it.
No.
No, I love complimenting people. As a director, I have to do this regularly, probably.
It's funny because I try to make Fiza mean, and I just find it really hard to be mean sometimes. I'm just like, I can't think of anything assholey to say. Oh fuck.
You know, this leads me to the questions I had prepared to, help educate the unwashed masses about the characters, your characters, as you see them. Starting with, I guess, why not you? How do you see the Riza Ikram, the Desert Bandit Queen? How do you feel they are? How do you picture them?
I don't know, did you almost call me the Desert Bandit Queef?
No, that I would never. That's I'm
Yeah.
probably just channeling my character in some. It was an honest mistake. Thorn.
Okay. Anyway, Fiza is obviously violent. Sometimes forgetful, sometimes flighty. She's actually a lot like me because I will be listening to people having a conversation and then for no fucking reason, I will completely check out of the conversation and come back to it about a minute later. Totally lost. And I'm just like, yes, Fiza would be like, yeah, I absolutely know where this was going. I'm just going to add some random shit to the conversation. And that wasn't what we were talking about. Fantastic. What am I talking about? See? Look, I'm doing it again. She kind of plays up the fact that she's forgetful and flighty and is more capable than she lets on intentionally.
Okay.
So,
You just play into it. People don't know what you're actually capable of.
so picture them as a violet ditz who cultivates underestimation.
Yeah.
That is useless to me. But no, I mean that's that's
What?
perfectly fine.
Useless.
Smoking
What?
rat.
You asked
How
the
do-
question.
No,
Why don't you not like
you're right. You're right. I don't know. Again, I think it's just an honest mistake, and we should move on. Smoking rat. How do you view Pentagast?
How do I view Pentagast? Well, that's
You don't
God,
because
okay.
you don't have a single mirror in your house.
Well, yeah, I do. I just never look at it. But
Forget that it's there.
yeah, but no, I didn't really spend a lot of time figuring out my character initially. It's kind of, again, it's some of the traits that are inherent in me as me, just kind of played up a bit. The confusion is generally not played up. That is actual fucking confusion. I have trouble with my memory in general. Like, I guess I've never really explained that. I do have memory lapses at times. I'm very forgetful anyway. Everybody says as you get older, you get CRS disease. You can't remember shit. You know, mine has been there since the start. Like, I've been like this most of my life. So things get lost, and I just kind of play up what I normally do with that. I mean, generally when I don't know something, I just don't say anything. But on a show, it doesn't really work to be quiet. So I have to play into visible confusion, and like I have to say something to get on camera. So it's kind of just, I basically kind of end up going into which way am I supposed to go? Do I go left? Do I go right? I don't know which way to choose. That's kind of how I play that up. But yeah, most of the time it's genuine confusion, and I've always been awkward, so I just roll with it. I don't know. I mean,
It's clear you're very genuine, and furthermore, not only is your confusion genuine, it's contagious. I have one question.
Seem to be. Yes?
Do you remember what the question was? That's not important.
How homosexual are you? Come on. I need to know. How many dicks have you sucked in your life, smoking rat? I know you say you're smoking fags, but come on, we both know what that means.
No, it's zero.
You're British,
zero.
so you're even more homosexual. I get it. The
Yes.
worst kind of homosexual.
Yeah.
Imagine
Zero.
being born British.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be British.
Oh, very well. That covers it. Spooky Weebtrash, how do you view Alessaria? What is Alessaria to you?
Tits.
Tits. Liza, no tits.
Liza, no tits. Smoking rat. See tits.
I'm hiding mine. I can't get there. I'm off gear. They're
Michelle.
not there now.
Elf pussy tits. Magog.
I have to say that ever
Man
since
tits.
with Lara, ever since the Hooters thing, they're just Hooters now. I can't refer
Hooters.
to them. I can't refer to them any other way than Hooters now. Ever since that owl, she had the owls. I can't.
I like her
Lara
Hooters.
doesn't
They're
have
cute.
tits, she has Hooters.
For some inexplicable reason, I'm suddenly craving hot wings.
I will say Hooters food is not that great. Their
It
cocktails
really
though
isn't.
are pretty good.
I have never been to a Hooters restaurant. I just want hot wings now for some reason.
Neither have I. I've never been to a Hooters in my life.
They're alright. Like it's
They're-
just
I went for a wing special because I was broke and they were cheap and I wanted to eat it out, and like they were fine. Like, I wasn't impressed.
it's not that great. But
Tilted Kilt is better. Plus, there's kilts.
me and my friend we got drunk at Hooters one time because we were out in the big town doing hot girl shit, as you do. And they had these really tasty drinks. It was essentially like, you guys know Baja Blast, right? Where it's like Mountain Dew mixed with like blue Gatorade. I had that, but they had vodka to it.
No.
That shit was good.
Mm-hmm.
And we started drinking more and more of it, and then we had this lady. Her name was Justice. Of course, she had big boobies because Hooters. And then by like the third drink, she delivered us the drink, and then she walks away, and my friend just takes a big gulp at it, puts it down, and she just says, "Just tits." Get it? Because her name's Justice, and she just slammed her fucking drink down and just said, "Just tits."
Oh wow.
And we were so fucking plastered. I laughed my fucking ass off.
Yeah, that's funny.
So their tits are especially just.
Sure.
I presume well balanced, perfectly proportioned, no asymmetries.
They played a lot of Phoenix Wright, yeah.
Like
They're
the
the
scales
paladins
of
of-
justice themselves. Only jigglier.
Pallet titties.
Excuse me, mommy. Excuse me, mommy. Mommy. Excuse me, mommy. Mommy. You see that TikTok?
Yeah.
Or there's this one where it's like they always post this one lady dressed up as a Starbucks employee, and she's got really big boobies hanging out from the side. And she's like, can I get a Starbucks drink with some breast milk? I'm sorry, breast milk. Oh, sorry, breast milk. I mean, breast milk. Sorry, can I have breast milk? Oh, no, sorry. It's so stupid.
I saw the mommy one aimed at like a Lady Dimitriescu cosplayer.
I feel like she'd be fun to play. Or cosplay as, should I say.
Seems like it. The dress looks comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's be honest, I think most people here want to play with them.
You see, like, people measuring her tit size, and, like, they're the size of those squishmallows that are popular nowadays. These, like, giant character pillows. People like to put squishmallows in
I like
their
to-
dresses.
I like to think the kids stuff is like so stupid. Like the trends for kids toys are so stupid. But when I was their age, I was playing with little fucking discs of cardboard, and I thought that was the coolest shit. Yes, I'm talking about Pogs.
Pogs. Poggers.
No,
But,
not Poggers, child. Pogs.
I don't know. I mean...
Did you have
Pokemon
the
cards are
chromatic
technically-
slammer?
Yeah, shut up.
The Pokemon cards are essentially little, like, shiny pieces of
I mean,
plastic.
Yeah, magic cards are pieces of paper.
Like, I never got
Fucking
into...
expensive pieces of paper.
I never got into card collecting for that very reason. Plus, a lot. That's a
quit.
really interesting scene. Like, everyone knows everybody because they're all like the card tournaments are super local.
Yeah, fun fact: a lot of those guys are really fucking creepy.
In fact, and smelly and don't wear
The
deodorant.
stereotype exists for a reason.
Basically, all the stereotypes. Like, people get mad at that one guy. He was also a fat guy, but he was at this Magic the Gathering concert.
Are you talking about this guy?
Yeah, the guy who was praying to the butt cracks.
Praying to the butt cracks. He was just
Yeah, there's
posing
so
next
many
to all the
butt
butt
cracks.
cracks doing this. And this. Next to the butt cracks. There was like 50 pictures. Like, it's a ridiculous amount of butt crack, okay? It's just a sea of ass crack at every Magic the Gathering location. If somebody really wanted to push the issue, they could just go give out belts.
I never played Magic competitive. I never went to tournaments or anything like that. I just collected the cards and played with a few of my friends. And well, to be fair, it became pretty bad. I don't know how many. I had a room roughly the same size of this that I had completely filled with cards. From ceiling to floor, we're talking like those 5-row card boxes you see at like baseball that hold baseball cards. I collected for 19 years or something like that. So
Got an addictive personality.
maybe a little bit. Yeah. Also a little bit, not a little bit obsessive about things, maybe, but yeah, like I probably spent. Even know probably $50,000 on Magic cards.
Christ almighty.
Holy shit.
What the fuck, dude?
I was I would spend somewhere around, what is when I had a lot more money. I was spending probably $1,500 a month on cards.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That is the credit card deck sound from TikTok.
yeah. It was dumb, and eventually it just got. I realized as I got older, I realized it was ridiculous, and I sold it all off.
Did you make your money back?
No.
Recently, I was looking for a new like temporary fucking hobby just to kill some time, and there's like a gaming cafe down the street where they play Warhammer, and I'm just like, hey, maybe I'll just buy a pre-made army. And I looked at the prices, and I'm just like, no, the fuck I won't. No, the fuck I won't.
Yeah, I thought I was spending a lot of money. Like Warhammer's far more money to get started into that.
They weren't even painted.
No.
I still would have to paint them.
Yeah, like a starter, a starter set Warhammer, like they make starter boxes like with 2 like small armies, like that's $200 just to start. It's not painted. It's not even assembled.
No, they're not painted or assembled. $200 out the door, and they fucking blow.
Yeah, I'm not big on. I actually have real issues with Games Workshop because of some of their practices and stuff. I don't really go into that stuff too much. Like, there's a YouTube channel that I used to follow called Bruva Alpha Busa or Alpha Busa. I'm not sure. He made a YouTube series called If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device, and they kind of play with the lore and make a parody of the Warhammer universe. And it's gotten so bad with Games Workshop like cracking down about fan-made parodies and stuff that they've stopped making their series because Games Workshop is threatening kind of like legal action against them.
Oh, so they like Anne Riced them.
Yeah, and they've gotten so overbearing with their control of their intellectual property or anything that I won't support Games Workshop. I used to like it. Now I won't even look at it.
And also Niska. Sorry. I went to the shop and I'm just like, okay, maybe somebody will let me use their army so I can at least see if I like playing this. And Niska's saying, I quit playing after what they did to my sister. I tried playing the bugs, but got tired of, oh my god, it's a woman stuff. Like, these guys dick blocked me so hard. I just wanted to learn how to fucking play, and they were such assholes.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Well, then that's when you bully the shit out of them. And then when you bully the shit out of them, they realize how they're actually betas and you're the alpha in the situation. So they bend the knee to you.
I pointed out that maybe the fact that nobody will fuck them is the fact that they're being dicks to any woman that actually shows interest in their fucking hobby.
Well, obviously. And then that's why you bully the shit out of them. Like, I can't tell you how many times people have, like, came crawling back to me because I bullied the shit out of them and called them out on their bullshit and them being an asshole. And they're like, okay, maybe I took it too far. I don't know, just calling people out on their bullshit's really easy when you don't give a fuck.
$200
to their face.
For unpainted fucking plastic. I hope Games Workshop gets put out of fucking business by 3D printing.
Yes, I understand they're losing a whole bunch of money that way, and clearly they deserve to. After all, it's like that one little man said in that one show that was popular, especially when they're going around suing people into stopping parodies. When you rip out a man's tongue, it doesn't mean he's a liar. It means you're afraid of the joke he's going to tell. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I basically because of that YouTube series being kind of stopping doing what they were doing, which it wasn't hurting anybody. It was, if in my opinion, it generated something more. The fans said it gave more engagement. And because of that, I was interested. Like I used to have an interest in Games Workshop, like Warhammer 40K lore. I was more interested in the lore than I was anything. But I won't even look at it. I won't even look at it now. I refuse. I will not engage with Games Workshop anything now.
I'm still reading the lore, but I found like a site where somebody has a bunch of it archived, so Games Workshop doesn't get any fucking money. And I'm like scrolling through and starting to read it. And then after about 4 hours, I looked down and realized that the cursor was the fucking scroll bar hadn't moved. And I'm like, oh god damn, this is gonna take a while.
I mean, you can still play, like, the video games, right? Because the video games are exactly like the figures. I guess, like, the figures are a lot more considered a hobby and not just gaming.
Yeah.
I guess it's more of a personal experience. But, I mean, you can still play the video games and you probably won't come across as many dicks.
Yeah.
Out in the wild.
Some of the games are pretty good. It's just, Yeah, it's just they've in the past few years they've gotten really like controlling over everything that has to do with it, and it made me mad. I'm like, I'll look into another game or another hobby or something else. I recently kind of been looking into another game called BattleTech, or what is it? I can't think of it.
Battletoads? The GameStop
No,
game?
it's I can't think of the actual name for the tabletop game right now. I don't think it's actually called BattleTech. There was a video game called BattleTech that was about it. But it's giant mechs. And
I remember the video game. I didn't realize that there's
a whole lore to the BattleTech universe. Like it spans a few thousand years. It's
had a
supposed to be
comic
set in the
book
future. Yeah, and even had a TV animated cartoon at one point, but it was terrible. But no, like there's a whole lore to that too. I've been looking into the lore of that. That's kind of interesting because it's all war and conflict and stuff too. But
can't play fucking Warhammer because it's too expensive and the people are dicks, and I can't play Vampire the Masquerade because Chicago Camarilla is a bag of dicks, and
Wait,
yeah,
what?
Camarilla is just basically the overarching club that people. It's a big club that everybody in the Chicago area basically LARPs in, and the people that run it are kind of assholes.
So it's like a live action role play club?
Yeah.
Nerds.
I think when you think live action role play, you think of like because normally what they do is like they'll rent out fairgrounds or something, or like they'll go like camping.
At one point they did a bar. It was kind of cool. Like the whole bar.
Before we move on, this seems to be a relevant one. Red Ghost threw in $5 to say, I highly recommend Fantasy Flight or Mantic games when it comes to tabletop war games.
Okay.
I just wish I could play more board games in general. I don't have any like friends over here to just invite them over whenever. Plus they have lives normally.
Yeah, that's a lot of it too. I just don't have anybody locally that I can really get together to play board games with. Otherwise, I would.
I have Cards Against Humanity and an expansion for Cards Against Humanity, and no one with which to play Cards Against Humanity. My mom's like picked it up when she came to help me. She's like, "Oh, what's this? Can we play?" No, we cannot.
No, we can't.
The fuck not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like it'd be nice to like get a group of people. It's just like I don't know. Being an adult, such a cock tease. Well, what I meant is like you have all this time and money. Well, you have money now, and theoretically you can make your own time to do whatever, and you can. It's just that you have to make your time equal to other people's time.
Yeah.
So you can plan ahead, because other people are busy, or they have kids, or whatever situation, or they're busy with their work. Something happens.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, man. Well, I got kind of lied to, because like when you're a teenager, you don't have any money, but you have a bunch of free time. But now you're an adult, you have no free time.
Yeah.
Don't grow up.
I totally make adult decisions with my purchases.
I'm an adult with adult money, so I can buy stupid shit like this.
It's a stress ball. Leave me alone.
I got stupid shit too. Like, don't. I'm not any less guilty. Trust me. I mean, I've been drinking out of this Attack on Titan cup, so I like stupid shit.
Yeah.
I'm eating shit out of a bowl that is shaped like a raccoon.
It's pretty cute. I brought a cup from Spirit Halloween that was like the Sanderson sisters. Like it looked like a witch's brew cup.
God. I loved that movie so much. I watched it like on repeat Halloween time. I never repeat movies, and I always watch that movie when it comes to Halloween time. I'm fucking grown, and I still watch it.
I need to rewatch Over the Garden Wall. That one's pretty keen up.
Oh, yes. Have you seen Moribito? Speaking of like good animation.
What was it again?
Moribito.
I don't think so.
It's an anime about like a female. I think she's a bodyguard, and basically she's tasked with protecting the royal child from the people who are trying to kill him.
That sounds familiar. I think it was an Adult Swim at one point.
It's a very simple story, but it's really well done. Like the story's not anything super fancy where they're just like, oh, twists. No, it's just a good adventure story. It's exactly what I was looking for at the time.
I need to watch Jennifer's Body because I've never seen it before.
It's that movie got so badly, like they really misattributed what that movie was gonna be when it came out.
It's like it's lesbian tease, right? Like it's like you watch movie, you get horny.
It's about periods.
It was about periods.
Basically, you'll see. It's periods and date rape.
It's about like maturity and growing up.
Yeah, basically growing up and date rape.
But like, what's her face? Megan Fox is like probably 25 at that point, but the model's body.
Let me say this. Have you ever seen Carrie? Because you're gonna get Carrie vibes.
Oh, really? Is that what it is?
It's really good, actually.
I thought it was more of a lesbian cock tease movie because everyone just gets really horny talking about it.
But that's what everybody thought, and then they were surprised when they got a horror movie.
See, I kind of want a lesbian horror movie, though. That'd be pretty based.
There's definitely some heavy lesbian overtones, but that's not what the movie was about. And then everybody was very disappointed. But it's still a good movie.
It's like a B movie, right? Where it's like really cheesy, right?
I mean, it's horror, so...
Yeah, at times, yeah, it's very, very cheesy, yeah.
Well, not all horror is cheesy. I love horror when it's done well, but most horror is trash because people are dummies and they don't have taste. Like the last horror movie I watched that genuinely impressed me was Midsummer. I was like, this is so different. I really like this.
Aster, man. Oh my god. I fucking love that dude. All his shit is great.
My favorite horror is, of course, Sidequest.
That was a low bar. I don't think I'm scary.
Oh, no. It's more of an existential horror, isn't it?
It's very mid.
Mid-tier. Fierce warrior, equal parts fierce warrior and giant mush, depending on what it is that she's currently pointed at.
Interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind. We do have another super chat. JJW has paid another $5 to say, Amok! 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 I don't know why.
Don't know what that means.
A-M-O-K. Run amok.
Amok? Yeah, to run amok. To be amok. I can't really... Run amok is the only thing with amok I can think of.
I just think of Muck at the Pokemon.
And just now...
Spell his name backwards. It says come. Do you know that, Ark? Spelled Muck backwards says come.
Thank you, Spooky. Thank you so much.
In this case, it would be coma. Coma, 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 coma.
I'm talking about the Pokemon.
Look, I suppose that's the northern white one. Muck.
No, Muck is like a first gen. Muck, whatever, it doesn't matter. Keep reading.
If you find an albino one, just swap its name back to make it make sense. In any case, Niska just threw another $5 to do a rolling emoji and Haster. More rolling emoji face. I'm very confused.
Yeah, it's a hocus pocus quote. I was confused. That's why.
Haster. Okay, now I get it. Like when they're running, right? Like they're trying to say faster, but they say Haster, right? Haster.
But we are, of course, very appreciative of this encouragement in monetary. In any case, I do have some more questions to help the audience get to know your characters better. We were touching this a little while ago. Well, basically more of a specific, what are the strengths of your characters? In my case, of course, Arcturus is meant to be pretty much the best. Supreme intellect, fantastic organization, fighting wit, all the things that I, Director Arctur, am not in any way, shape, or form.
That's not true, because if you're the person that's playing them, then you would have to have all of those things to portray those things, right?
No, then what are you pretending?
I meant you. I'm
Let's talk
confused.
about your. Tell us more about Pfizer Ikram's strength.
Other than physical?
Presumably.
Come back to me. Do someone else. I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Pentagast, what strengths do you see? Rat, what strengths do you see Pentagast as having?
Pentagast probably, if I had to give a strength, probably misdirection. Like I can it being kind of look over here, something else is going on over here kind of thing. It's very much misdirection, I would say. That would probably be a strength. Obviously he considers himself to be a brilliant alchemist. I'm not inclined to agree, but I mean, is it smart for an alchemist to test everything they make on themselves? Is that wise? Probably not. But Pentagast likes to think so.
At this point, you probably are building up an immunity. That would be
Brian Yoder's kind of hit it there. Has a high resistance to toxins.
We all had the same thought at the same time.
Yeah. So those are probably strengths. I like, as far as like physical strength, fighting capability, no, not really. He's he's maybe just generically might be kind of strong, maybe not, but fighting capability or tactics, no clue when it comes to that stuff.
I am, of course, a softy, squishy marshmallow man of emotion, so I will venture that perhaps they could probably throw things that shatter on the ground and spread really nasty substances.
Yeah.
There, now I don't feel so bad for you.
Okay. I'm just saying, that's like maybe if he was capable of keeping more than one thought in his head at a time, it'd probably be dangerous. It's just that he could come up with an interesting idea, just can't hold on to it.
So, again, misdirection, confusion. Although I'm not sure if it counts misdirection when you don't know where you're going yourself. But it works, one must admit.
Sometimes there's a plan to that, sometimes there isn't. It's just...
And that's up to the viewer to try and figure out.
Oh, I forgot. There's also another important strength, but that's not really Pentagast, and that would be the hat.
We'll say it counts.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
So
the terrifying hat. Spooky Weebtrash, what strengths do you see Alessaria as having?
I don't know. Sometimes I lift weights. Trying to get pumped.
Fucking shit.
Oh, maybe. Is this better? Yeah, it is. You can start seeing that ball starting to form right there. This is where the ladies. Yeah. What she got?
There we go. Hello. Whoops. In frame. Anyway.
Welcome to the gun show.
Pew pew!
Pew.
That was fucking dumb.
They didn't come from what you expected, did they?
Ooh. I'm starting to get some meat wings too, like some nice back muscles. It's a really interesting feeling. Because it's like you have it feels like your back is extending out further than you thought it could. And I've never noticed it before my whole life before I started getting some back muscles, so that's always nice. And it makes my armpits look bigger too. Like I know this is some armpit fetish right here, but so normally before I used to just put on some deodorant, right? And it would just be like take like a second. But now it's like because I've got this extra back muscle here, I've got to like put deo on that much from like here to here. So it's like it looks like my armpits are bigger.
We have diverged so far from the question.
No, I suppose this counts as transitive strengths. Though certainly I support your fitness is important to health, and if you don't have your,
she can do magic. Hello.
If Alessaria was performing tonight, she'd say, "I have money because fuck you. That's my strength."
I mean, that is a strength.
Yeah.
We've just been joined
Hello.
by the person responsible for the elf.
What?
Chet Mort has joined us.
Hello. Hello.
So,
Here I am.
is it Mort's turn to answer the question or mine?
Oh,
What an intro.
I'll bring them up to speed shortly. But before I go back to you to figure out what Pfizer's strengths are.
Arcturus came out as homosexual and British to us, so congratulations on being British. I can't say I would
Arcturus
want to
is
be
not-
British myself, but I would
My
rather kill myself.
Condolences.
Mort.
Jesus.
Isn't here.
Do you want like a fruit arrangement or something, or a hug?
I'm Director Arctor, and this is the out of character stream for out of character.
I'm British and gay. Did I mention I am British at the same time while being gay?
Anyway, look what I have. Rawr.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I love him. He makes
Okay,
noises.
let me get to these super chats before we immediately start quizzing Chat Mort to catch them up on the questions. First off, JTW paid $5 to say one of the best female orientated shows is The Worst Witch from the 80s. It's got Tim Curry and Firuza Balk.
You had me at Tim Curry.
I'm sure they're charming. Oh, it's the Time Warp guy. Moving on. Niska, 25, then paid another $5 into this to say... Oh no, I'm skipping a step. Istarl? Sorry, I believe Arcturus lenses are fogging up in some terrible way. Paid another
It's sorry. It's an
Istarl,
I
thank
at the
you.
end.
You can also try out regular miniature wargaming or Flames of War, which is a pretty great game, way better than Warhammer in my opinion.
Okay.
And finally,
Still want to read the lore.
Niska, 25, donated another $5 to this, supporting whatever this is, to say, happy birthday to me tomorrow! Turn 30, getting so old. Cries.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yes, happy birthday.
Yay!
What is that song that he does? You're more aged than you've ever been, and now you're even ageder?
It's your
Yeah.
birthday. Happy
That's-
birthday. Let's celebrate
That's-
your birthday.
That's absolutely the lyrics to the song that Arctur makes and sends to
Where's
people.
my
Yes.
kazoo?
I will see to it that you receive the song being sung.
Yes.
Of all the
Happy
times to not
birthday!
know where my kazoo is.
I probably could find mine, but I have to go in the other room to go find it.
Yeah.
You know, it worries me that you guys own kazoos. I don't know why. Just
We like
Seem-
stupid noises. What's wrong with that, huh?
I make stupid noises anyway.
Well, we
Okay.
like making even stupider noises. You want to fucking fight about it?
No, I don't
I'll
want to
whip
fight
my
about it.
kazoo out right now.
No, like that's
Okay.
just no. I don't want
By the way, that's Arcturus doing that. Not me.
That sounds like a butt kazoo.
I don't like that.
I believe the term is actually Wazoba.
Yeah. Don't do it.
In any case, that's fine. I suppose we should get on to quizzing Chatmot, who, as you know, is responsible for the Lara Windchaser.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Was
That's all I
that a
have to
fart
say on
joke
that.
whenever you came up with that joke? Wind chaser?
I think it was wind farter. And then because people assign more dignity to me and my character than is anywhere near accurate, it became wind maker and then wind chaser, which is actually really pretty and completely unfitting. I don't know what my last name is. It's Lyra. It's just whatever everybody wants it to be that day. That's fine.
The weird thing
I like
with-
Wind Chaser.
Windbreaker.
with-
It's funny.
with Wind Chaser, it makes me think that you do a lot of sailing, you know.
Yeah, that's too
Like
cool
that
for
sound-
Lyra.
it sounds like an ocean faring name to me.
Mhm.
Wind Chaser.
It also kind of makes me think of the children's toy where you like pull the cord and then fairy flies and goes into the
Mhm.
fireplace, hopefully.
That
Yeah,
or
that
you
would
have
be-
a crap fetish or fart fetish. That would also be pretty disgusting.
That's
gotta
that's
chase
where
that
that joke
thing.
is going, Spooky.
I wish I knew where my kazoo was. Now I'm upset.
We can resume this discussion of fetishes in just a moment. First off, we need to bring Chatmort up to speed. We're discussing I prepared a questionnaire to help everyone understand your characters better. I've already
Mhm.
answered them myself. Everyone else already answered these so far, so it's up to you to explain how you see Lyra Windchaser.
How
Lyra Windchaser to you?
What is she?
How do you picture it?
I picture her as
5'4",
needing
little
help.
bit like pear shaped.
No, not pear-shaped, just enough to be cute. Anyway, I don't know.
Keeps her nails
Um,
cut.
She's just a... It's becoming increasingly apparent that she's just me with ears. She's
She's literally me. That's literally me right there.
She's Lyra with plastic ears. She's Mort with plastic ears and a little more genocide.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. Like, honestly, this is probably not the answer anybody wants. This is not nearly as interesting, but she was just a really good way for me to make my crippling anxiety and fear of rejection seem intentional. And Magog
inflict them
helped
upon
me.
others. I see.
Yes. And I don't know. I don't know what I see her as now. I kind of think like there's still some of that there. She's not like the straight man anymore like she used to be when she was very innocent and horrified, but I don't know. I think most of what she has become, like the best parts of the character development or her being fleshed out are just deranged improv madness that was just like a 1 in a quintillion chance of ever happening. Is that the right answer?
That is the most thoughtful and in-depth answer that has been given yet. So, I don't know if you should feel proud or ashamed of that, or if the others now hate you for taking it seriously. But
I don't
whatever
know.
case, I found that enlightening.
Thank you.
I am taking it seriously. My brain don't work so quick, and neither does Fiza's because my brain don't work so quick, and I'm person fucking playing her. So
And
there we go.
unrelatedly, Niska's birthday wishes to have their face buried in Bubas.
I volunteer as tribute.
Okay, yeah. Wait, no, I can't volunteer as tribute. Actually,
Oh.
Unfortunately, she's just gonna break her fucking nose.
Okay, next
That makes
question.
me sad.
This will bring you up to speed, so you'll be right on the same page as everyone else.
I never
What
answered.
strengths do you picture Lyra as having?
I don't like this question.
I didn't either. We want.
I-
we
What is your
want him to
strength?
come back to you.
You have a
I
high
pick-
IQ. You like, would you turn yourself into a pickle if given the chance and be the funniest shit you've ever seen?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I like the way pickles smell. I would like to. Never mind. I'm not going to say I'd like to smell like a pickle on the internet. That's weird.
Oh, my pickle.
What are her strengths? I guess just being completely
A good
authentic and genuine.
Good at tasting.
Yeah. I don't know. Her strengths are just being.
She has an army. Come on. She can.
Yeah.
The
Well,
evil
she-
conqueror.
Has an enslaved gnomish population being exploited in horrible ways? I guess you could say a knack for capitalism.
Perhaps.
I don't think slavery is capitalism.
Gnomes as property is close enough.
Gnomes
Maybe.
don't have rights, so it's
It's
still
perfectly
ethically
legal.
defensible. I don't know. Yeah.
Generally considered vermin as I understand it.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't know.
if they're
I don't know how to
garbage,
answer
it's
that
recycling.
question. Yes. Let's go with that, actually. Yes.
I find myself in a strange place.
Yeah. That's
Are you a
Yep.
stranger in a strange land?
yeah.
Of course not. I am. This is my land, and I'm perfectly at home here. I just mean, discussing strengths of elves.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought maybe you meant like, the effects of gravity and the lack of it or whatever, from your moon base that you're totally on.
Yes, that's it. Feeling very light.
Yeah, there's totally no other reason that you're wearing a gambeson.
It's not a gambus. This is a.
It's a lab coat. I
Yes!
pointed that out right at the start. That's a totally
Uh-huh.
legitimate lab
Just
coat.
confusing it for gambeson, which is fine because you're not a science person.
I definitely haven't been staring at armor for the last 2 weeks.
I mean,
Next question. Fears. We'll start again with you, Pfizer. What fears does
I didn't answer the strengths
Thorn
one.
deny?
I didn't answer the strengths one.
Okay, fine. Go
it's-
with.
Kind of sad because one of her biggest strengths, physically attributed. Yes, Fiza's very strong, but in addition to being strong, she's more of the nimble fighter than the strength fighter. If that makes any fucking sense, if we were playing D&D, Fiza is not the tank.
She'd
More
be like
fire.
a rogue, possibly.
Yeah,
DPS.
rogue.
No, a fighter.
Fighter. Okay.
Fighter.
a paladin.
More agile than a brute force tank, though.
Yeah, more
DPS.
agile than the paladin or the
Mhm.
yeah. So she's the fighter.
Okay.
That's a good answer. I like that.
She is definitely the fighter, and also she has worked up enough underground and legit connections to basically have a band of people behind her as well. So it's not just me out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in the kitty litter box that is the desert. There is other people in the camp, and Fiza has been able to work up like a bunch of folks that are real close to her that are actually supremely fucking talented. So it's not just the fact that she herself is powerful, but the fact that she's surrounded herself with people that are trustworthy, that are also almost as good as she is.
Okay.
So it's like I am a group package. I'm the leader of a band of folks. So she probably only really trusts like the top 5 of them, and the rest you can take or leave at any given time.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Before we go back to asking question, what are your character's greatest fears?
Sad. It never comes up. Sorry.
JJW paid $5 to ask, is Arcater going to tell us a ghost story? He looks like he is. No.
Well, that was
Right.
rather abrupt.
Pfizer.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Sorry, Thorn, Pfizer's greatest fear.
I like how I still answered to that. Her greatest fear? I don't think she'd want anybody to know that. Aside from things that just make sense to be scared of, like a fucking dragon. Like that's not even a fear anymore. That's just valuing your own survival. I don't think she thinks about things long enough to actually be afraid of anything.
Fair enough.
No, because I don't think anybody in Voth isn't scared of wraith squirrels.
True.
Like, it's just stuff that makes sense to be afraid of, because that is how you don't get eaten and or eviscerated and or raped to death by it.
Fair enough. I suppose I should refine this, but that's greatest irrational fear. But we don't have that much time. Let's probably move on. Smoking Rat, what is Pentagast's greatest fear? Irrational, presumably.
Well, to be honest, it's pretty universal with me. I have one well-known irrational fear, and that is burnt toast. It's not a joke. That I fucking can't. I do not like fucking burnt toast. I can't be in the room with it. Fucking hate it.
Did it rape you? Where's
No,
the
I
first
just
starts you?
I don't know where it comes from. I've always fucking just the smell of it, anything. I'm just like, get me the fuck out of here,
Get
and I have
eaten
to
as
get away
a
from it.
child with burnt
Yeah.
toast.
I had to get away from it, and it's always stuck around. As far as Pentagast having
You should mark it off of that.
fear-
You should go Morby Povich and be like that one pickle bitch who got like a plate full of pickles sent at her and she was running around screaming.
No, I
Funny.
don't like it. But Pentagast, I don't know, like some other irrational fear, probably actually having to deal with finding out who he really like, where he started from, because he doesn't really remember. You know, you take that many fucking drugs and toxins and chemicals, you're gonna lose shit, and that's kind of one of the things I never really explained about the character. He knows that he was part of something, but he's kind of just on his own. It's like, you know, like you wake up in a strange land. That's kind of how Pentagast is. He just doesn't remember his origin, so to speak. He'd be afraid of that.
Is he like is he like from that one TV series called what is it called? Let me look it up real quick. Wilfred, like that, where he has like a talking dog, but he doesn't know if the dog's actually talking enough. He's just losing his fucking mind.
Yeah.
So like that's your hat.
Yeah, like that. I do get worried about the hat. I don't know how to explain that with the hat though, like without going into like really serious stuff. So, like, finding out who he actually is, finding out how much is like with the hat, like finding out how much of him is the hat, how much of it isn't the hat. Like, does it really give him his abilities? Does it not? Is it all him? Like, those are things that Pendergast doesn't think about. He avoids it. You know, generally when he thinks about it, he makes something else and drinks that immediately. That's probably another irrational fear. Finding out who he really is, where he really stands.
That's quite deep indeed. Weebtrash, what is Alessaria's deepest greatest fear? Wait, what?
I'm sorry. I have an aside really quickly before we get to spooky. Sorry, Niska mentioned something about D&D in the comments, and it made me remember where I got the idea for FISA. Fun fact, there are subtypes of fighters in Pathfinder, and FISA is literally the gladiator subtype, and instead of this is for all you nerds, instead of the regular fighting, they actually get a perform check as a class skill instead of just the regular class skills. And I just thought it was really neat, so I worked it into FISA's character.
Okay.
That's
Sorry.
really cool.
Go ahead, Spooky.
What's Alessaria's biggest fear?
Indeed.
Being poor.
Ah.
Being poor would be her biggest fear.
Simple, straight.
Like, I mean, there's not just it. That's giving you a serious answer. Her biggest fear would be being poor.
Honestly, losing her horde would probably devastate FISA, but it would also probably throw her into a blood rage at the person that did it. So I'm not sure if that wouldn't backfire on you.
Fair enough. Finally, Chat and Mort, who's responsible for the Lara Windchaser. What is Lara Windchaser's greatest fear?
Everything. Sorry.
Actually,
You have anxiety.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Yeah, she's kind of like an insufferable cliche of like the like quirky, bumbling character. I think like her character is kind of I think like the essence of her character is that everything she's scared of is sort of like right beneath the surface and sort of what makes her who she is, which is why there are always the jokes about like her family not liking her or abandoning her, or her being like a joke to her race or her like village in particular. I think that's kind of like the crux of the character. All the things that she's scared of are the things that she insists aren't the case, or that are worked into kind of not heavy-handed jokes exactly, but just the things about like her dad never loving her and the silly things like that. So I think with her, it's kind of like more transparent and more a part of the entirety of the character than for a lot of other people. So, and gnome penises maybe for a funnier answer. I don't know.
That's all. Go.
I have a question for Mort.
Uh-huh.
How much of Lyra's like deep-seated like fears of rejection and basic, social issues are projection, and how much are actually her family hates her? Because I've always been curious how much of that is in her head.
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
I think most of it is real, which kind of contradicts the fact that she's sort of supposed to be autistic and kind of miss a lot of social cues and not understand what people are actually trying to say. But I think most of it's based in reality as opposed to being her delusion. So
She has elftism.
yes, I like that.
Before we go to the
You
next
could work that into merchandise somehow.
New Twitter handle.
Yes.
Chat elftism. Mort.
Now we can stand to expand the merchandise line. I'm sure we can get that in somehow. Before we move on to the super important questions regarding our characters, we have two more super chats came in, both from GW. First, for $2, you have a boogie in your nose.
Probably do something about that.
They can't be talking about me. How could they even see if there wasn't? How droll! Ha! Ha! And next up, GW paid $10 to say, have you ever had a dream where you see yourself standing in a sort of sun god robes on a pyramid with 1,000 naked women screaming and throwing little pickles at you? How did you know?
No.
No.
The correct answer to that is no.
But that sounds fucking hilarious.
I know what movie
Well,
that's
I was
from.
only one.
Oh, it's from a movie? Great.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah, it's from Real Genius. It's an 80s movie. Val Kilmer said the line.
Oh.
Well, the answer is a resounding no, I think.
Also,
Yep.
apparently nobody here knows who Val Kilmer is. Except for Rat.
I mean,
It
no,
was he was Batman at one point, yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I know who Val Kilmer is.
He was also Iceman in Top Gun. He's been in a bunch of stuff.
I didn't like Top Gun.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm thinking of ones that people might know.
Well, everyone knows him best
yeah.
from his premiere role opposite Tony Stark as Gay Perry in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hated that film. The Amazing Critter Man donated $25 via Streamlabs to say, I love you guys. Thank you. Thanks for all your hard work. Heart emoji.
You're
Thanks.
very welcome.
The more
Thank
you
you, and
donate,
you're welcome.
the more you donate, the more you get to feed her vicariously. So make sure you keep saying how much you love us by feeding our cat. She's very pissed off at me. Don't trust those eyes.
She's so
Oh,
cute.
shit, there's a cat there. Sorry. I can see her against your black shirt.
Yeah, now she's like pissed off at me.
Just
yeah.
frowny eyes
Yeah.
on your shirt.
Yeah, she's very particular. She's a bitch. She likes to be held in a certain way, or it's just trash. Runs away. Can't be held like this. It's her way or the highway. You heard that she's jingling in the background.
Aw.
Mine's asleep on the bed, but she does get very worried every time I pick up Toothless.
Ah,
Yeah, she's giving him a very fucking suspicious look.
That's
Get the
adorable.
fuck out of my house. What the fuck?
Let's get on to the next super important question about your characters. Namely, any major allergies? Of course, Arcturus has nothing of the sort because they are an idealized version of my incredibly allergic and barely alive self. So, Pfizer, any
Nothing
major
fit.
allergies?
No,
No?
just the very, very mild allergy to silver because she's a quarter orc, so if she wears silver for an extended period of time, she'll get an itchy rash, but there's nothing that'll, like, kill her on sight, no.
Pentagast, any major allergies? Smoking rat, does Pentagast have any major?
No, not, sharp, pointy things.
You're always allergic to sharp, pointy things. That's just normal.
I'm allergic to death.
Yeah, I don't know. No, as far as allergies, no, I don't think he's allergic to anything particularly. Pendergast would have probably ingested most every poison conceivable, so I doubt there's really anything that he's allergic to.
Alessaria is allergic to being broke.
Yeah.
Empty pockets.
Just a
You're allergic to
allergy
empty
the
pockets.
poor.
No.
Not getting enough attention. She's clearly owed. I don't know. As far as like logistics, I don't know. Like, I don't think even wizards even can, or witches can even get sick, because they just can use magic. Like, they're essentially like godlike, and
I really don't think anybody in Voth that like has enough money would ever have to really worry about being sick because you can just pay somebody to heal you.
well, also like you're like a mage too, so it's like you can probably just heal yourself instantly. Like it's, I can't think of any. I have an allergy to mold, and sometimes I get hay fever when the seasons change. But that's just me. Can't say for my OC what she's allergic to. I never think of. That's not something I've thought too much about.
I would just thinking about this. Alessaria would probably be allergic to cheap wine.
I don't.
Yeah, cheap wine.
Maybe.
It being Voth, there's probably like some kind of
this is 2 Cygnas a bottle, and then you just break out in hives.
Your
the second you
wine
realize
was once flavored with lead, perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just an idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think about things that she's allergic to. It's like asking me the last time she had diarrhea. I can't. It's not something I've thought about before. I'm sorry.
Finally, Chat and Mort, what potentially exploitable major allergies would the elf, Lara Winches, hypothetically have?
She doesn't have any exploitable ones. I don't know. I don't know, because a lot of the things that are really easy targets to make fun of me for, because they're such extreme, bizarre health phenomena, are things that I kind of incorporate into my character. And I've never really considered, like, how much of that is canon versus just me making fun of myself and incorporating a little bit of reality by breaking the fourth wall. Like, I mean, I guess it would work with the irony and all the contradictions of the character if Lara was horrifically allergic to, like, grass, trees, pollen, etc. when she lives in the giant forest. So...
would be hilarious.
But that's not weaponizable by any of the other characters, because I said so.
I don't think us coughing or sneezing during live during Sidequests is canon to our characters being sick or whatever. That sounds kind of silly.
Yeah.
I think that's just being human.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're human and we just do human stuff. Yeah, I don't think that's something you really put too much thought into. It's like whether or not we get sick. It's not something you really think about.
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I don't know.
I just like the idea of an elf having hay fever is fucking hysterical to me.
It's really stupid in the best way. Yeah.
It is hysterical. Not canon, guys, but hysterical.
It'd be funny if they're like allergic to like certain greens of food, because if it's anything like in Lord of the Rings elves, they eat like nothing but like salad and stuff like that. They're just allergic to like carrots and they break out.
Yeah, that would be great.
There's not bread that elves eat in fucking Lord of the Rings, because it'd be really funny if they were allergic to that.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck is it called? That's gonna bother me. I need to look it up.
I don't know. It's like a green. It's like a salad almost that they eat.
No, there's like a special bread that they eat too. That's
a bread? I don't know.
Yeah, but I can't remember the name of it.
Oh my god, I can't think of it either.
What movie?
Yeah.
What?
Lambus bread?
That's it.
Elves
Elf
are-
being allergic to lambus bread.
It's one of the reasons they're just the worst. I mean, even the trail ration just so much better than humans can make. I mean, just garbage toilet paper fiction. Accordingly, I mean,
Potatoes. Potatoes.
I would imagine like trail rations from Akakesh would probably be actually pretty fucking good because it'd be like spiced meat, and then there'd be some bread in there too, and maybe some dates, a little bit of wine. They actually would be pretty fucking good, like some curried goat. I don't know. That's just how I think.
we had a lore question. Unfortunately, none of us are authorized to answer it. I can tell you that there are some unique creatures, at least. I suppose the most memorable being the cocktoads.
I thought the most memorable would be Wraith Squirrel.
You clearly haven't heard Magog recite the call.
No, I've
the
heard the cocktoads. I have died laughing because of the cocktoads.
Yeah.
Well, then,
I was
when's
on
that
this
time you
show
died
when-
laughing from wraith squirrels, Wraith squirrels aren't funny, they're serious business.
Yeah, but cocktoads don't have their own lore card. And
Yeah,
I don't think cocktoads are actually canon. I think that's a joke they came up with for Sidequests.
Yeah, I think that's something he like. Cause I guess we were talking about frogs, or whatever, and then he was like, "Cock," just saying "cock," just to be goofy. We could probably ask him about it if he
I'm
wanted to
almost
make it
100% sure cocktoads are a Sidequest joke and not canon. But you
Yeah.
have to ask Magog to be sure.
Probably not, yeah, so they'll have to be
Maybe-
the one to verify that.
So if maybe you pester him enough, maybe he'll make it canon.
That said, I do think they're
That
referring to
happens.
sentient races. I don't know if that is what case there are there.
So she'd be referring to something that's not like an elf, or dwarf, an orc.
Yeah, something that's not one of those, but
Not found to somewhere else.
Oh, I had a weird thought.
That's really specific. I don't like again. If Magog was here, he could answer it. But as far as like us, we don't. Like there would be nice to have a really comprehensive list of everything we could just quickly Google. But Jeremy, has got a vivid imagination, and there's a lot of information that we haven't been able to study up on. I mean, we can't answer the specifics of the until it's like in it like some kind of glossary.
I want to know too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm too dumb to answer this question. I'm
Maybe
not qualified purely by IQ. So
maybe we
one
can
day
just
these mysteries will be reviewed.
yes.
maybe we can message him real quick. Hey.
I just
Hey,
had
can you just write like a wiki, please?
crazy. I
Real
just
quick. The whole
Yeah.
We
thing.
can get an answer
Thanks.
real quick.
While
That
this
was
is
a weird
being
thought.
researched, we do have some more super chats to take care of. First off, JTW has paid another $5 to say, I used to have to get steroid shots and pills because of poison ivy.
Ugh.
Cool.
Yeah. That's no good.
Do not use as
Miserable.
toilet paper. But it
No.
could be worse. It could be gimpy.
Ooh,
No.
fun thorn fact.
Ooh.
I am among the very small percentage of people who is not allergic to poison ivy.
Snazzy.
Wow.
So you can use it as, I mean, using any kind of leaf as toilet paper isn't advisable necessarily, but
I'd rather not use any leaf as toilet paper because I am allergic to all the rest of the ones that'll fuck you up. So
Mhm.
we don't want to wipe our ass with a thistle.
No.
Probably best. I mean, you can if you insist, but I wouldn't
Use your
necessarily.
hand. Just use your hand.
Niska, 25, threw another 5 Signas to ask lore question. Does the world of Oth have any unique races,
Yeah.
kinds of people that exist there and nowhere else? Which again, we sort of
It was coming. It was coming in
yes.
as we were answering.
yeah.
So sorry.
So we foresaw your need to have this one answered. Your
I
work-
know that he does. Like I know that he has his own, but it's probably like it's either like it's one or two things that we can't remember, or it's more than likely knowing Jeremy. It's like a comprehensive list of shit that he's come up with, the specific lore that there's just no way we can we can just think about at the top of our heads because we don't have like anything to refer back to.
And we're just not the authority. And Gog rules it all.
Well, I mean, we could answer if we knew it, but like again, we don't have access to that kind of information.
So should the person responsible for Magog happen to pick this up, we'll try. So but can't guarantee anything at present. Finally, red ghosts are another 10 $100 at this to say, remember that Superman's weakness is kryptonite came from the old radio show where the actor playing Superman was sick, and they need an excuse why he sounded different.
I didn't know that. That's a cool fact.
That's really cool. That goes to show you how things that are just like thrown together and improvised, even if it's not an improv format, can become canon in incredibly iconic ways.
It's not a puffy sweater, it's a lab coat.
It's a lovely fall garment with the fashionable colors for this autumn. It's sleek and figure flattering and looks great with your coloring. It's
Definitely
very
doesn't make-
fashionable.
doesn't make him a little bit like the BDSM Michelin Man.
You could be in like
kind
a
of puffy. I mean, let's be honest. It's a little puffy.
you could be in like one of those little soggy Kohl's catalogs you randomly get, even though you haven't been to a Kohl's in 5 years. That's
Who
just me.
shops at Kohl's? How does Kohl's stay in how does Kohl's
I don't know.
I think Kohl's is like TJ Maxx, where they buy like old stock of stuff and they sell it at like a price where it's cheaper than what they originally bought it. So they just kind of sell it like that. I want to say.
Coals don't get very hot. They just kind of smolder. Why do I say these things? Why do I fucking say that
I
shit?
don't know.
It was funny though.
It's stupid.
You need to do that more
He's
often. You need
stupid.
to do that more often. Just right off the dome piece. Just open your mouth and let the stupid just.
I know.
I'm sorry for saying you look like a Kohl's model, Ark. I didn't mean it. It's a very nice, not fall sweater. It's beautiful.
It looks like he's about to go get a pumpkin spice latte in that.
Asked to speak with a manager.
I will say the pumpkin cold brew is way better than the pumpkin spice latte. Controversial but brave opinion. But the cold brew is god tier.
The
and-
manager's not available, so you ask for the store manager.
Let me tell you what you guys need to drink. If you love caffeine, you gotta do.
Yeah, I'm listening.
When you're going to Starbucks, get a pumpkin cold brew, but then add 3 shots of espresso to it. That motherfucker will keep you wired the whole day. Like, you won't need any more coffee after that. It is so delicious and so worth it. I'm telling you, listen to your girl. Like, also add like a splash of like maybe like whole milk or something if like the cold brew is too bitter for you. But I'm telling you, you get those things. Pumpkin cold brew with 3 shots of espresso. You'll be good for the rest of the day.
You put 3 shots of espresso in anything, and you're good for the day.
Well, it's tasty too. If you like pumpkin stuff.
Pumpkin spice is disgusting.
I think the nearest Starbucks to me is like 60 miles away. So the next time I'm ever in a city, yeah, I'll get one.
If it's even available next time you're in a city.
Yeah, even if it is, yeah, I don't make it to the city very often. So.
The one thing I can't stand about fall, and it's my favorite fucking time of year, is the fact that everything turns to pumpkin goddamn spice. I do not need pumpkin fucking spice Oreos. I just want regular Oreos. Thank you very much. I do not need pumpkin spice fucking cereal. Everything.
Well, it doesn't transfer that well to other things besides like bread and
I saw
coffee.
Nutella.
You know, like I know, like everything turns to pumpkin spice. You know what I wish everything turned to though? Gingerbread.
Money.
Ooh, I like gingerbread.
I wish everything turned to gingerbread just for like a couple days.
They do make a gingerbread coffee, I think, during their wintertime
Oh,
or holiday
that'd be
season.
good.
Yeah, they do.
I didn't know that.
Hey, Michelle, you're white. You like pumpkin spice, right?
What? You like pumpkin?
You got me.
So then
White
what do I
girls
like? Is that why I
represent.
don't like pumpkin spice? Because I'm brown?
Maybe, I
No,
don't
it's
know.
just like a character thing. It's a very
I
much
know.
a racial stereotype.
I really like pumpkin. I don't know about the pumpkin spice flavor in particular, but I love pumpkin. Like canned pumpkin flavored things, yes. But I would prefer like canned pumpkin and nutmeg put in something. If you could like put a tiny bit of that in like a latte or ice cream or whatever, as opposed to just like the manufactured like formulaic
You don't like the cinnamon
flavoring. Yeah.
It's like
Okay,
pumpkin
you're talking
spice was supposed to be like the actual spices that you would put in a pumpkin pie, rather than flavored like a pumpkin.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay, so one Thanksgiving we were going to make pumpkin pie. We made pumpkin pie. You put little spices on top of it, like nutmeg or whatever, right?
Huh?
My mom accidentally put poultry seasoning
Whoa.
on pumpkin pie.
Oh.
That was a fucking mistake.
Wow.
It was bad. It was funny, but it ruined the pie.
Dude, baking is such like a pain in the ass, because it's like literally doing like a mini science experiment.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like it has to be exactly correct or else it'll fuck up.
It
Yeah,
would have been so fucking salty.
yeah,
Tastes
it
like
was
chicken.
not good. We got the pie out, and everyone was like, "Does that smell funny?" And then we still cut it and started to serve it, and somebody took the first bite and like, yeah! It was like, that's not right. And I was like, nope, we're done.
That's really sad. There's nothing like that moment when you are expecting a certain flavor and you get something totally different.
Yeah,
Nothing like it.
That pie was ruined. I was looking forward to it too. I like pumpkin pie. I was like, no.
Why
It's
was
not-
I?
is the whole thing ruined? Yeah, it's all
Mhm.
ruined. Oh no! I was sad. What if we
I was
put
suddenly
whipped cream on
reminded
it?
of.
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was suddenly reminded of the absolute worst thing that's ever been in my mouth.
Go on.
I'm debating whether or not to tell this story. I'm
Maybe
hoping
not.
that no one in the chat is eating. It's pretty fucking bad. So
if anyone is eating right now, put it down. Stop. Put
Keep
it down.
shoveling it in your face.
And
It's more actually.
I've done
So,
my part by
I-
removing my terribly distracting science coat that was definitely a lab coat.
Look, if you guys are watching this and you need to lose some few pounds, look, just binge eat a ton and then watch this video. Right
I'm gonna
after.
start this sentence, and there's a bunch of people that are gonna know immediately what happened. So my
Put it
my
down.
my uncle that just recently passed away, he chewed tobacco, right?
No.
just like-
No. I don't want this story.
Ew, I can
No.
already tell what it is.
Mm-mm.
But like, 'cause,
You drank the
like,
spit,
I was
didn't
like,
you?
"Rah," and I just
You drank
wanted
the
my
fucking
soda.
tobacco spit.
I just wanted my Coke, not even tobacco spit. It had been sitting on the dashboard for a few days, baking in the
Oh.
sun.
No.
Yeah.
Look, okay,
Yeah.
little Thorn immediately puked everywhere. Just.
You're not even
I-
supposed to drink that like when you're chewing on it because it can make you immediately projectile vomit. I can only imagine just drinking it whole with spit.
I
and
took
saliva.
a big old swallow too, and I'm just like,
No. Oh, that went exactly where I thought it was going. God.
Yeah.
that's what I said. I was gonna start the sentence, and there's a bunch of people who are gonna know exactly what it was.
Oh.
Yep.
Nope. Yep, that's exactly the worst thing that's
Duh.
ever been in my mouth, and I don't think anything's ever gonna top it. I can safely say that.
Blech.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Drank this.
You just like you make the rat's stomach churn.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm okay.
God.
I'll be all right. Oh, wasn't it?
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing that. Or the
I'm
whole
going to his
class
funeral on the 2nd.
died of
I
being
was-
grossed out by Thorn.
I was really
can
confused.
change-
This is probably really insensitive, but when you said your uncle died, I'm like, where is this going? Like, you ate his ashes by accident?
Oh no!
I was really worried.
This isn't my cottage cheese. What the hell?
Is this why you had to kill him?
Chris Steiner,
Somebody
I
messes
don't
with the
like
salt
you
and
when you
pepper
work.
shakers, but just ashes in there.
Sorry. That's
I'm
why I said I
sorry.
was debating, and then I got encouragement. So then
That would be a really fucked up way of messing with somebody. Like taking their salt or pepper shakers and just putting ash in there, dead body ash.
Sorry.
Oh no!
I'm only a little bit sorry though.
We need to change the topic like right now. So,
Oh,
hey,
okay.
has anyone heard about Froman's amazing Sidequest game coming soon to a Steam distribution near you?
Yes! It's gonna be amazing, and it's gonna have really cool art of gnomes in it. that I haven't been forgetting to draw and send him for months and
It's
months.
really fucking cool. Yeah. I wish I had artistic talent.
It's gonna be
Yes.
super cool.
You might have seen Froman in the chat talking about it. No, he wasn't making it up. He's actually been working on that for quite a long time now, and as you know, you should get it and make sure you use Arcturus, who's clearly going to be the most important and powerful character in the game.
Oh yes, that's absolutely the main point of the side quest game is that Arcturus is the most powerful. Yes.
Look, the character. I'm sorry, he's just the natural party leader.
Yeah, right. It's not going to be like, Magog or anything.
It's not making that memory of your story go away, though.
No.
Okay, now I'm less sorry.
I don't get queasy very often. I just thought that was gross. I don't know. I don't have a pretty strong stomach when it comes to vile shit. Internet's ruined me.
Everybody's. I'm not either, but when when it's happening to you, it's a different story.
I mean, I can only, when it comes to actually throwing up, projectile vomiting, I'm sure it's very different than hearing about it.
Yeah.
But as far as like hearing about gross stuff, it never really phases me that much.
Froman says the 4 main characters are Magog, Lara, Arcturus, and Fiza.
Good enough, I guess.
Good enough.
Where's the other 3?
I don't think they were part of the show yet.
Oh, when he's like, no, it was. So
I don't know.
it started...
I think it's kind of like cameo appearances. I think I don't know if they're actually playable characters. It might be more like NPCs you interact with. I'm not sure.
In some cases, yes, but it could be that he's just planning you as DLC.
That could be as well.
It comes with the uncensored
it's
patch.
a work in progress. Yeah, it's a work in progress. He's saying, he's going to be adding to it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's part of the Woman's Lot DLC.
Woman's Lot? Woman's Lot? Are you saying that Rat's going to be part of it too?
What?
He said Women's Lot DLC, and there's 3 other people that he didn't mention in this game that's going to be there. Me, you, and Thief.
Wait a minute.
So what Ark was saying was the Woman's Lot DLC was going to feature you along with it, so he called you a woman, and you should call him a pussy in retaliation and go fuck yourself.
I'm just saying, that seems awfully petty for Arcater to be insulting me with.
All other characters will be special moves and inside stories.
But still, though, you should call Ark a pussy for insulting you. And calling you a woman.
Is it
a dating simulator?
Oh God!
Oh, God, no.
What is this, Pro Jared?
Oh,
fuck!
I'd play it, and then I'd need even more therapy.
I stand corrected. There will be no DLC or microtransactions. This is
See, you're spreading
it was
false
double
rumors,
asterisk,
Art.
so this apparently is important to clarify.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
But the game is real.
Yes, the game is real.
Alessaria's character is just in the side game. It's just a completely unrelated puzzle game, and her clothes fall off inexplicably the more points you get.
No, it should be like you remember that sandwich stacking game from Lilo and Stitch? That was like a little flash game you could play on Disney. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yes.
It's okay, so Lilo and Stitch had this really crappy show where they go and find the other experiments, right? And one of the main experiments was this almost like not pug, but a sloth-looking creature. He was yellow. And on the Disney website, you could play. I like the original Lilo and Stitch. I was not saying I don't hate that. I didn't like the care for the show itself.
I liked the show. I fucking love everything Lilo and Stitch related.
But anyway, it's like a guy and he likes sandwiches, and he has a piece of bread and he has to pick up all the falling sandwiches to stack up and make the perfect sandwich. Should do that with Alessaria's money, where she has to collect all of her money and jewels and stuff in a bag.
I like that.
So.
I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Someone should make a Sidequests app. Just like with a bunch of stupid mini games on it.
I mean, like, there are worse apps. But that's not a high bar.
Well, there's apps that literally you can rate your shit at. I'm sure the video game critic loves that app. He loves talking about and rating shit. So, like, you can literally track the turds you had for the day. It's just stupid. I don't know. Like, it's a thing. It was back in like the early 2010s when like everything was a fucking app.
Just to let you all know, we're about 5 minutes to the end, having been at this for a surprisingly long time for a perfectly normal out-of-character stream.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm incredibly distracted by something. So,
Is this a boogie in someone's nose?
No.
Okay, good.
It's just where did the lab coat go?
It was distracting everyone, so I thought I would, help bring things back on a topic by setting it aside for the time being.
He traded it in for a sleeker fall look.
You
Also very stylish.
You got bullied into submitting.
It's just,
I, Director Arkham, am a very weak-willed pansy of a man, so naturally that definitely happened.
Yes. Brian in the chat said,
"You big old bush."
Brian said, "Lyra's gnome surgeon simulator." Yes, absolutely.
Are you just dropping everything because it's you, like the actual surgeon simulator, where you have to like.
The more you botch it, the more achievements you get.
It's just surgeon simulator with a Lyra skin.
What would smoking rats be?
See, that's the thing I can't quite like. I don't know how you translate it into an app or like a game, but like you should be able to put my hat on other things and make it do and like,
it's like paper dolls.
Yeah, or something. I don't know.
I think that you should be like that bar game where it's like you replace a single bar man, like filling up the drinks, except it's with potions that you're.
Yeah, that might be good too. Yeah, that'd be kind of good. Yeah.
I was thinking like the I Am Bread game, except there are voices in your head telling you have to go in the toaster and stay there for 5 minutes, and you have to like fight them off, and like gravity is sucking you toward the toaster the whole time you're trying to do your bread antics.
So it's just trying to run away from a toaster that's trying to burn me alive. Okay.
Yes. You've got to overcome the peer pressure from the voices.
I've had nightmares like that.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Mine might be like a platformer, very simple, like regular jump and spinny attack jump.
Be Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird. No. Liars would be Flappy Birds because of the Flappy Bird.
Yeah.
No, that's Poe. Poe is Flappy Bird.
Oh, Poe would be Flappy Bird. Magog? I don't know what Magog would be.
Dating sim.
Oh no.
His would be like that.
Yeah, just replace Colonel Sanders' dating sim with Magog. Yeah.
Yeah. Dating sim.
It would make about as much sense. That was a phenomenal game, though.
Well,
very charming.
I know there was that Colonel Sanders dating sim. I was like, just replace Colonel Sanders with Magog. It works. I don't know.
His would be Doki Doki Literature Club dating sim.
Ooh.
Just be like this cute on the visual, but then end up being this fucking hellscape at the end of it.
Just because
everything was full of regret and death.
Just slowly getting worse.
Yeah. It's inadvertently very real to our experiences in our side quest careers.
I was watching.
Turns into this hellish nightmare.
Right when that game came out, too, I was watching somebody Let's Play it totally blind who hadn't heard anything about it, just that somebody bought it for them. Watching, and I shared the confusion and fucking horror as that game went on because I didn't know anything. They're just like, what the fucking shit is happening here? It's sad though. You can only really play it through once. That's the only thing. I like games that have replayability.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I like Doki Doki. It was like one of the few games that actually scare me because I don't get scared by horror stuff very often.
It is interesting because it does deliver the themes in a way that makes you completely mentally unprepared, which I think is part of the appeal for so many people, you know? Like it was so effective even though everything about the like setup was completely counterintuitive.
Yeah. Like it was, I mean, you weren't really expecting anything that happened. It's just it was really interesting storytelling that people hadn't really seen over in the West before, of like kind of like a dating sim visual novel mixed with like a horror. So I don't know, I really like Doki Doki, and I'm really excited for their like Team Salvato, I think that's what their name is, like their continuous like other game's going to be, because I know it's like going to be added on to like multi-universes and like asylum seekers and like mutation, like it's like it sounds really wild.
Yeah,
what they have planned for like all the girls and stuff. So I like that. I like interesting storytelling when it comes to horror, because horror tends to be a very boring.
It can be pretty like homogenous and predictable at times.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's just like, how many times can we see a jump screen? It's boring. Or a killer, whatever, like a slasher. I don't know. it's been there, done that.
We've been at this for a while. We're a minute over. Hope you've enjoyed this bonus minute. Final thoughts, everyone?
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I want my own mini game. That's all.
I have no idea what kind of minigame I'd have. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is platformer.
Mm-hmm.
Steve gets in match 3 where clothes come off. No, I'm kidding. Bad.
Yes.
Bad me.